Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kat Rhinehart, writer-director. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm Maria Shehata. I'm a comedian, actor, writer living in London. Forgot to do that last time.
That's all right. We're still getting our sea legs.
Right. Sea legs intact. Okay. Yeah. So Scarface.
So Scarface. So today we are doing Scarface.
Shit, I hadn't said we hadn't announced it yet.
That's okay. And I actually watched Scarface for the first time in my whole life this past year, and then you suggested it, so I thought, sure, let's do it. But I'd never seen it before. What's your history with Scarface?
I'd actually not. I had never seen it before until lockdown. I think I watched it over lockdown, and then I watched it again a couple weekends ago. I went to a wedding with Johnny, but there was like a break. So we watched Scarface on the break. And I really like Scarface. There's a lot going on. The catchphrase is iconic. Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend. But I think the Scarface poster was in every American male's first apartment. You move out of your parents' house, you're going to college, whatever, you get your first job, and you get your first apartment. The first thing every American male did was buy that poster and then like thumbtack it to their wall. Maybe the living room, maybe the bedroom, but it was there.
It was funny. Johnny was like, nobody ever really like said anything about the fact that he's like Al Pacino's Italian playing a Cuban. And I was like, yeah, but it's Al Pacino. Like if I were Cuban, I'd be like, yes, please have Al Pacino play Cuban.
But that couldn't happen now, right? People would be pretty.
I still think it could happen now. I think people would let Al Pacino play whatever he wanted.
Okay. But that would be, is it as offensive to cast an Italian in a Cuban role as it, I mean, is that like Hollywood being Hollywood racist, or it somehow works?
I mean, I'm sure it's them being racist, but it works because it's Al Pacino. But I just don't think if anyone else, I think if they had Tony Danza playing Scarface, I think Cubans would be like, but it's not like Scarface is a character Cubans want to acclaim. You know what I mean? They're not like Scarfaces are, but still.
Right. Are Cubans mad at the casting?
I don't think so. I didn't know. Can you look it up?
Or maybe we should look it up, but also maybe Cubans want more representation than Scarface.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, many Cubans were very upset. Well, we're upset. I'm adding very. And protested the 1983 film Scarface because non-Cuban actor Al Pacino played the lead role, painting refugees as criminals. I think that would be the biggest problem. But also,
right, probably both. I think they're probably mad at both. That would make sense. But you got to think like you're a Cuban actor in the 80s, and it's like, here's my chance, and they give it to an Italian guy. I'd be mad. Although there's what was I Love Lucy's husband? He was Cuban, right? And that was like a whole big thing. Ricky Ricardo. There's been a Cuban before.
So you're saying
Hollywood had one.
No, you're saying rather than Al Pacino playing Scarface, Ricky Ricardo.
No, I'm jumping around. No, I'm being so ADD. I'm saying there was one other. I'm saying there's been Hollywood had a Cuban. We had a Cuban. So box check. So they can't be mad.
Famous Cuban actors when did Scarface come out?
I have it 1983.
1983 in the 80s. Stephen Bauer and Andy Garcia.
Okay, wait, what about Andy Garcia?
Manny Ribeiro. Stephen Bauer, he was already in it, so he's Cuban. Andy Garcia rose to prominence in the late 80s, but he could have played Scarface. Desi Arnaz. Why did we say Ricky Ricardo?
No, sorry, that's his character name.
Oh, good. At least there's that. So we just made up Ricky Ricardo. Like, how racists are we? Yes. Pioneering Cuban American actor. And then, of course, my favorite Cuban actor, what's her name?
I think I know. I'm picturing.
Oh, what is Rita?
So, what's her name?
Rita Moreno could have played an excellent Scarface.
Yes,
She's
exactly.
Fantastic, and she would have killed that role. I'm sure of it.
They should remake it with.
Well, she's old now, but yeah.
So I actually just stumbled on a fun fact because I wanted to see who wrote the book, because Scarface the movie is based off of Scarface the book. In Scarface the book, Scarface is Italian. in
Okay.
Chicago. So
So
his
it's
his
actually like more of a problem that they made him Cuban.
it's more of a problem that they made him Cuban because I'm Googling why. So yeah, in the book Scarface, Tony Montana is Tony Scarface Montana, and he's an Italian in Chicago. And what's funny is that they changed it to Cuban to avoid mob cliches. So they were like, let's just destroy, let's just completely shit on these brown people because we just were so tired of the mob.
I think that's so funny. I also think the mob paid them a little visit. And
Mm.
maybe the mob showed up and was like, "You're gonna make them Italian? Say hello to our little friend." And then they were like, "No, they'll be
Well,
Cuban." And also just writing that down for later.
the people who made this movie though it was like Sidney Lumet was the originally attached to direct, and then he left because he thought it was too violent. But then it was directed by Brian De Palma, and it was written by Oliver Stone. So these are, I mean, this is like the who's who of cinema.
Yeah.
Had some names, but
And then Tony was like, "Is that Michelle Pfeiffer?" And I was like, "No." And then I looked and I was like, "Yes, it is." I had no idea that was Michelle Pfeiffer because I just watched her in Married to the Mob. And so, like, I was thinking of that Michelle Pfeiffer,
that's so
and she had
funny.
curly hair in that, and I've been absolutely fooled, like a Bugs Bunny character. She had straight hair, and I was like, "It's not her."
When she descends the elevator, it's just like it's like a holy shit moment. I mean, that is a movie star in her prime being like the most breathtakingly beautiful trophy wife, trophy
It's really,
girlfriend.
I only remember her back when she's descending the elevator. Like
Is it
she's standing.
am I misremembering? I'm thinking I just remember like it really stuck out to me, but maybe because we're watching him watch her and then she comes.
Yeah, because
I'll have to go back
I'm
and watch it.
sure it was just her back, and she was like leaning, like bored. Because even the elevator, she's just like, "Ugh, how long is this elevator gonna take?" And but there's enough time to cut to his face, like being in awe.
And okay, so then do we not see her face until it's just a great entry for her, however they do it, even though like I'm misremembering.
She descends into his life and he's awestruck. Should we go over the plot of Scarface?
Yeah. So let's do okay, so housekeeping. Scarface, 1983, based on the novel.
Also, there's a Scarface film
Before Scarface?
in the 1930s
Right.
because the film is
Wait.
also based on the novel.
The novel was written, so funny. It's like written in 1929, published in 1930. I'm like, who has those numbers? Who's writing a novel in one year and then publishing it the next year? Like, fuck you, Armitage Trail. Is that a real name? The author is Armitage Trail. Very efficient. Wrote it in a year, and then I'm still writing my novel from when I was 19. Published in 1930, and it's about Tony Scarface Garino in 1920s Prohibition era Chicago, and follows an 18-year-old Italian-American hoodlum who rises the ranks. But okay, so they made an adaptation of that, you're saying?
Well, both films were based on this book.
Oh yeah, a 1932 feature film. We should have checked out that one. But okay, so the 1983 feature film
Would have been a good idea.
that one written by Oliver Stone, probably heard of him, and directed by Brian De Palma. Okay, Tony Montana is a Cuban refugee. He arrives at Miami during the Mariel boat lift, which is a famous piece of history. Like you said, we get a history lesson at the top of the movie. And Tony Montana, he's determined to escape poverty and gain power. That's all he wants. And he quickly rises through the ranks of the criminal underworld by being ruthless and fearless. And he starts working for the cocaine trafficker Frank Lopez, and then starts dreaming of taking over Frank Lopez's empire himself. Tony betrays Frank, seizes control of the drug operation, and becomes one of Miami's most powerful drug lords. He even gets Frank's former girlfriend, Elvira, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and just starts living this lavish lifestyle that then unwinds as he becomes increasingly rich, successful, but paranoid, angry. It's like more money, more problems. He refuses to carry out a political assassination involving innocent children, making him a target of his former allies. And then at the end of the movie, there is this iconic, insane, epic gun battle, and he goes down in flames along with
Also,
his sister.
he has a weird relationship with his little sister. That's almost incestual, and
Yeah,
his
that's weird.
mother hates him.
His mother hates him, and she should. He gets his sister killed.
Yeah, well, she hated him before that, but yeah.
So there's three female characters we could discuss quickly, but it would be his his mother, his sister, and then Elvira, who is played by Michelle Pfeiffer. We could probably quickly go over the mom and sister and then launch into our main female character I want to discuss, which is Elvira. Let's go with the mom. She's called Mama Montana. Her name is Georgina Montana, and she's played by a Puerto Rican actress named Miriam Colon.
She's living in a modest house at the end of a road and with her daughter, and she seems religious, and she's struggling to make ends meet, but she does it honestly, and she values that. So that's why when Tony comes back, she's like, he tries to give her money, and she's like, how'd you get this money? I don't want your blood money. I don't want it. It's dirty. His sister has no problem with it, but yeah. So they're estranged because she does not agree with how he's lived his life.
I think she knows how this is going to end, and she's so angry at him, and I would be too. Can you imagine the phone call that woman got the day after this movie ended, the day after the timeline of the movie ended? She gets a call that her son is dead and her daughter is dead because of her son.
Yeah, but why do you think she knew that they would die?
I don't think she knew that they would die per se, but I think she knew that this couldn't end well for him.
Right.
She knew the money was dirty. And she's ashamed and angry, and she's probably like, maybe, I wonder if like how the Cubans who were protesting this movie, if they were like, yes, like show her. This is what we really are. Just hardworking, honest people just trying to do right here.
Yeah. And then so Gina, the daughter, the sister,
Played by Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. Guess another, not Cuban. Sounds pretty Italian. Okay, sorry, go on.
She's a hairdresser, right? And because Tony eventually buys her own salon, he's probably laundering money through it. And, she just wants to have fun. She's young. She's finally got some money and she wants to enjoy her life.
She's just gets swept up in this world. But Tony's he is like creepily obsessed with her and so protective of her. Do you think he's trying to keep her away from his world? Because he gets so mad when she dates his friend. Or is he just a psycho?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's trying to keep her away from his world, but it's like you're also giving her money and bringing her in. So which is it? I mean, I also think he's a psycho because he wants control and power. He wants to control. Yeah. And I love that she says, so he shoots the friend when he opens the door and sees them in together and he dies. And then she says, we got married yesterday, as if to say, we weren't just fucking. He made an honest woman out of me. And like, shouldn't it have been enough that they were just happy together? You know what I mean? Like, did they have to get married for it to be like, this is a thing. It's like, this happened in Friends too. It's like Chandler's fucking Monica. And that's an issue with Ross until he realized they're in love and it's an actual thing. So it's like, but why? Why does it matter if they're in love or not? Can't they just be hooking up and enjoying each other? Do you know what I mean?
So it's okay that she was having sex with him because they got married first.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that her value, you're really good at this. You pick up on this a lot. Movies do really bend over backwards to make sure that the woman isn't just a slut.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, it was okay. They're actually in love and married. And that's what they're supposed to do now that they're married. And it's just, and then, I mean, he doesn't ever apologize. And it just goes,
right. But I wonder if it would have been like, if we would have been less sad when she's killed, if they hadn't been married. She's just some other floozy, like wrapped up in this world. It's okay that she dies too.
Yeah. Like what if she was careening out of control? Like what if she was just coked up and hooking up and just whatever, and then she got shot? Would we as the audience care? I mean, I would.
Right. Like if Elvira had been killed, because that's what's interesting is that it's like the innocent female character dies and not the like not so innocent female character. Her fate is unknown, but she doesn't die in that big shootout. It's so tragic when the sister dies. I was like, no. And would I have cared as much if it had been Elvira? Not really.
Yeah. Well, that's the life you chose.
Yeah. So let's jump into Elvira, who is played by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay, so when we meet her, she's kind of a kept woman, right? So this guy who's Tony's boss. So Tony's like, I'm basically going to take over this guy's life. I'm going to be the new head honcho. I'm taking his woman. I'm taking his house, his car. And what struck me about her is that she could not stand him. She basically was like racist towards him. Thought he was like, she hated him. She thought he was dirty and whatever. Like, and he'd always hit on her and she's like, ew, you're disgusting. You disgust me. And for no reason at all, he just keeps trying. They share one laugh that we see. And then he sees her by a pool and she's like, Frank's not here. And he's like, I'm here to see you. And then he was like, I want you. I want you to be the mother of my children. I want you to be my wife. And she says, what about Frank? Like, so is that all it takes? This is also recurring in female characters, is
Mhm.
that once the guy wants them,
It doesn't matter what she wants.
right. It's like in Woody Allen films. He
Mhm.
like professes his love for her, and then she's like, what about my sister? Or whatever.
Mhm.
And suddenly she's just on board. What why? It's just because the guy likes her. He picked her.
He loves her. They're perfect for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What is that from?
I think we just say it, don't we?
He loves
I don't know.
her.
I mean, it's probably from something, but I don't know.
But I mean, it kind of plays into the whole chase. And this
Mhm.
is the thing about like movies back then, is that it's all about like wearing them down and not giving up until they say yes. And like it's a
Mhm.
chase. The guy just has to use his wiles and his personality and in his case power and money. And
Mhm.
he gets the woman. He gets the girl.
And he gets the girl. And it's just a status thing. It's that he wants Frank's life. So he doesn't know anything about her besides that she's beautiful, which is usually enough. In real
Yeah.
life and in the movies. But she's beautiful and she is Frank's girlfriend. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's do
Yeah.
we ever even learn anything else about her?
No.
But that's what he wants. So he wants.
Just he gets her. She ends up just like doing more and more coke.
Mhm.
They fight. Like she's
Mhm.
like, you're bad in bed, and he's like, all you do is coke. You're a cokehead.
Mhm.
But he even says, get a job. Like do something with yourself.
She has a lot of agency for a female character who's just a trophy wife in an 80s movie because she does stand up for herself a lot. They do fight. She throws a drink in his face. He could kill her and then she leaves. She leaves
Yeah.
him, which is not how you think that's going to end. So they do give her a lot of agency, but I guess not that much because, like you said, she does think he's gross. I mean, is it just that she's racist or that he's?
Well,
I was
even his
thinking it was
power
because
is that at that point.
yeah, I was thinking she wasn't interested in him because he didn't have money.
But she calls him a racist name.
He's one of her boyfriend's goons. So he's low, but all she cares about is status and he doesn't have any. So she doesn't want to be with him. But when he gets status, he gets her. So is that
That's the thing. I don't even think he had that much status at that point. He just sits down and goes, I want you to be my wife. I want you to be the mother of my children. And she's like, what about Frank? So there's no like, now that I've made it, I want you. It's just, he seemed to be in the same sort of place. He was just putting all his ducks in a row to take over this guy's life. And she was one of the ducks.
right? And he goes, yeah, I guess it's true. I was thinking that he didn't get her until he was more established. The timeline of when he gets her is before he is Scarface.
I think so. Yeah.
It's on the rise. So that is actually really interesting because why would she be? She's not interested in him because the only thing that it seems like she's interested in is status. And she gets with him before status because he gives her this speech. I want you.
And he made her laugh once.
Is that more times than Frank?
Probably. Yeah. I don't
She
know.
does-
Frank seems like he's a funny guy.
Yeah, he does really right. He does really pursue her. He comes with the car. Remember, he gets the car. She's hard to get. Is she playing hard to get, or like does she just not want to be with him? And like you said, the male just wears her down.
I think it's that. And you know, I don't think she does love him. He's like, I see it in her eyes. I'm like, I don't think it's there. It's sort of funny on women in the 80s, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of status. I do feel like status was very important in general to people in the 80s.
I think status is very important now.
Yeah, but not
Always. I mean, people are still. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead. But
no, it's fine. I'm done. Go ahead.
I was thinking about how I hate handbags. That's not my thing. I've never cared about like designer handbags. I think it's so stupid to spend a lot of money on something that holds your money. Like I'm just like you waste all your. I don't know. I just want something convenient. I think handbags are so stupid, or like purses, or like designer anything. I think is stupid. I like like old. I just like cute old vintage stuff. But that's still such a thing. Like people still buy really expensive purses for a man in the 80s, in the 90s, and now. Having like a young, beautiful woman who looks like Michelle Pfeiffer or whoever, like that's status. She's literally a trophy wife. That's who her character is, but that's still very much a thing. But what is the equivalent for a woman? What is our status symbol? What's our trophy? And I think it's like, is it purses? Because that's so stupid. Like, can't we come up with something else? But I do think it matters. I think people care.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have like trophy husbands. Like if he's rich and powerful, then it's just like, I'm with him, the rich, powerful guy. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. I mean, I just don't think it's as much of the case. Like they're Birkin bags, right? Like there is status now,
Mhm.
but I also think that's kind of gauche. Like, and I think a lot of people agree that it's sort of tacky to like.
I don't know what they look like, but I know that
They're like $10,000.
would you know one if you saw one?
Oh, I
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't I wouldn't either, and I don't want to. I don't want I'm like, I would just think that you're bad with money.
Yeah, seriously. But back then it was like labels, watches, the Rolex. Do you remember how big like Rolexes were back then? It was like everyone was like, "Oh, is that a Rolex? Is that a Mercedes? Is that
Yeah.
like?" We cared so much about that shit, and so
I think people still do though, like, I think watches are still a real thing.
I just don't think it as much as it was before.
Okay, I hope not. I hope you're right. Do you think Tony Montana wants to be with Elvira? How much of it do you think it matters that she's a person or that it matters that she belonged to Frank?
No, it's just that I no, she belonged to Frank. That was all it was. From the
Yeah.
moment he lays eyes on her, it's not
Mhm,
like from the moment I laid eyes on you, I knew I had to have you. But then I got to know you, and it was even more like they didn't connect
mhm,
in that way. It just was like, I need that woman in this house in that
mhm,
car. It's just all feeding his ego. Everything was feeding his ego, and he did. And then
mhm,
what happened? He got bored with her. They got bored with each other. And he was like, "Get a job, do something with your life."
mhm.
And she fucked off. And then, like, maybe a couple times he asked if she called, but like, he wasn't really that devastated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting that he wanted to have children. That was, like, a big thing. Dave's favorite line, like, the line that he quotes most from Scarface randomly will be like, "Her womb is too polluted." Like, 'cause he's like, I want her to have my children, I want her to have my babies." He's trying to get her
What does
pregnant,
he
and
mean?
he's like, "Her
Does he
womb is
mean?
too polluted. She does too much cocaine, like, she can't get pregnant
Oh,
because her womb is too polluted."
it's funny. You know what my favorite line from Scarface is?
What?
He's in the hot tub, bathtub thing,
Mhm.
and watching a nature documentary about pelicans, and he goes, look at the pelican. Come on, pelican." It flies off. Come on, pelican.
Really funny. Yes, that's very funny. But it's also funny, like, her womb is too polluted. What about his sperm? Male
Yeah.
factor fertility is a thing too. But whatever. I mean, it's fine. It's like I'm not actually mad about that, but it's just funny. Like he's trying to have her babies and she's too busy doing coke.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the female character questions. What does she do?
Coke.
She pollutes her womb. Yeah. She does coke. She dates powerful men and then Tony Montana. What does she want?
She wants like a rich life.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny, I read that when Oliver Stone wrote this movie, he was having his own issues with cocaine addiction. So maybe
ugh,
Elvira is like a shadow for Oliver Stone.
possibly.
He's like writing a little bit of himself in her, which could
Yeah.
be really lovely. Yeah, she wants coke. She wants status. I mean, I don't think she cares about Frank and she doesn't care about Tony. Do you think she would like what would it look like for her to fall in love with someone? Or do you think she even has that choice?
I can't picture her in love. She seems so depressed.
She's like ice. She's like ice cold. She's
Yeah.
beautiful, she's ice cold, and then she's
Be-
depressed, and then she's detached, and then she's addicted.
I think she's exactly like Tony Montana. She
Mm,
wanted maybe not control, but maybe not money, and
mm,
and she got it, and then she became jaded because she realized it didn't actually fulfill her, so she just coke, and then she did more coke, and they did even more coke, and so
mm.
she fucked off. So she has a happy ending. We think. We don't know actually.
I think, yeah. She's the only one who escaped. I mean, she got away. She was able to walk away from that life.
Walked away from and him who is a maniac, but
Mhm,
he discovered he got everything he ever wanted and realized it's
mhm,
not what he wanted,
mhm.
and he got upset and did coke and more coke and more coke, and it ended in a full-on war.
I like that.
And
Yeah,
I
Chattanooga.
think she moved to New York, married a mobster. He died. She moved to Chinatown, where the mob and an FBI agent followed her. She falls in love with an FBI agent. That's what happened.
Maybe that's why they changed it to Cuba, so they could have Michelle Pfeiffer being they wanna have 2 back-to-back Married to the Mob movies. Now
Yeah.
she's married to the Cuban mob. That's so funny. Does she have friends?
No,
Oh, yeah, she doesn't have a life outside of him.
just kept. She's just there like a pet.
Is he good for her?
No.
No, but she's in this world too, right? That's her choice. Does she have a choice? How much of a choice? She's addicted to cocaine. He obviously doesn't help that, but she was addicted to cocaine before him, right?
All of her boyfriends are coke dealers. She has access to all the coke she wants. That's bad for her. The only good thing he ever said to her was telling her to get a job. But like, they berated each other. They said they were both bad in bed. Like they're both horrible, jaded, depressed people.
Yeah.
Taking each other down.
So as far as a female character in a movie, especially for the 80s, none of it made me roll my eyes. I think she was an interesting character, and like you said, like he's horrible too. What do you think how they did writing her?
I think fine. I can't picture her more well-rounded. It's like I can't picture her at brunch with her friends being like, I need to get out of this relationship. They're like, you could do so much better. I mean, she does stick up for herself.
She seems like more fully formed than a lot of female characters are written. They're bad people in a bad situation, but I don't think she was like poorly drawn.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the more interesting female characters actually are his sister and his mom. Elvira is there of her own volition. His sister and his mom get their lives ruined and they get sucked in against their will. And they don't get out of it. And Elvira gets out of it.
Yeah.
Does she arc?
And that she leaves him, I suppose. There's a great extra in that scene. Because she, me and I love looking at the extras. So she leaves him. Then he has this whole speech like, you're not better than me. Like he's talking to everybody in the restaurant. Like, you're all just shit as I am. But there's this woman in the background who gets the waiter's attention. She's like, and the waiter's like,
they did that every single time. Like that was their action every single time.
Yeah, do something about this man. He's like, I can't do anything.
That was her moment.
That was her moment. And I just want her to know I picked up on it.
It's great. Good for her. Any final parting thoughts on Elvira or any other female characters in the movie Scarface?
I wish we could have followed Elvira just for a few days. I just want to see where she went. Did she have friends? Did she go back home? Were her mom and dad like, where the hell have you been?
Yes, that would have informed so much. Just showing her like walking into her like mother's house would have told us so much. Like why she left, why she ran to Miami and like got with these loser guys, and she felt like she didn't have another choice. Like, yeah.
Did she grow up poor and that's why she sought out these like rich men?
Right. We could have really colored her in. Yes. Yeah. And you could have done so much with just us seeing that walking into her childhood home with her mother or father there.
Yeah.
Or one or the other. Like, could have told you everything about her backstory. They could have done so much. I wonder if they wrote it or even shot it and then just cut it.
We should look at the book. Maybe it's in the book. Maybe the answers are in the book.
But was there even an Elvira in the book? I mean, the book is 1930s Chicago.
I know, but I need to know if her name was Elvira then. Because I was like, that's an interesting name for a white girl or for any girl. Because Elvira was a character in the early 1980s who she had that big black hair. Do you remember Elvira?
Oh, yeah. I remember Elvira because I went to my friend's house one time and her mother thought Elvira was really funny. And I was like horrified because I wasn't allowed to watch stuff like that. And she had her like boobs out. Okay. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that my friend was allowed to watch this show with this woman with her big boobs.
Yeah. So I was like, why would they name this character after Elvira?
Oh, right. So did she come first?
It must have been in the book or something because it's too much of a connection. Like there would be I didn't see any connections between Elvira, the Halloween character, and Elvira, the girlfriend.
So I Googled if there's an Elvira Hancock character in the Scarface book, and there is no Elvira Hancock character in the book. So who knows where he got the name Elvira. However, in the original Scarface book, there's a character named Jane Conley, and she's also known as the Gun Girl. And she is a capable, independent woman who works in the criminal underworld by carrying firearms for gangsters to help them avoid police searches. And she also becomes Tony's primary romantic interest.
The fuck? Oliver Stone, what are you doing?
Seriously.
Perfect character to have in it. Come on,
that's
man.
That's a great character. She's like a cool, badass, independent, like strong, independent woman in 1929. And she's got her own like really cool thing going on. She sounds really cool. And instead, Oliver Stone was like, nah, that's pretty Hollywood disappointing.
Maybe they would have won an Oscar if there had been.
That was the problem. But that would have been, if I was Michelle Pfeiffer, I would have read the book and been like, wait a second. I can be the gun girl? I can have this like cool thing going on instead of just doing coke? I can do coke also.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week.
Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.